Warm day.
Perfect. Thank you.
I haven't eaten it
I
yet.
think one will be
brought
enough
it.
because we're all right here. Ernie, you better go grab you some.
Got some pepperoni
We got pepperoni just for Ernie.
just for you.
Well, I ate something here a couple hours ago. I'm not hungry at all.
And I printed the breakdown for the fire department. It makes up their ask. 210.
Gotcha.
So.
Hey, Lexi.
Yeah.
After that's all been said and done. What are these?
Negative.
Well, no, I know, but
Is that everything or is that the?
take first.
It's 5:30.
This
So
is, those are the wage increases, that's what would be left over. And then if you approved all these,
That's where we.
that's where we would be. Same with over here. This is where we're at if you approved these asks. That's where we would be at. Wage increase, Dan's additional position, it would be negative 92.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's broken down by section, so you'll have a total before. That way, if you need to play with numbers, it's a little bit easier.
Gotcha.
Say that over the numbers or the pizza?
The first thing.
I don't remember what it was at, what the half twos were.
I have numbered in the order of it. And then this
Where are
barrel
we gonna
sauna would be
kick this off at?
23,000 if they added a decon shower with it.
But number ones were the half twos.
Yes.
I'm
Number
sorry,
ones are-
Ernie, to what?
Where are we gonna kick this off at?
42,000.
Where would you like to kick it off at, Ernie? Want to talk about enterprise first or general?
No matter.
the carpet. And we had settled on last time the EMS tactical here. It's not a need necessarily. And then the extra money for the extrication is not either, so that's 44. If you all
Get down that far anyway.
want to go that way, would be
You know what we didn't include in this, guys? So after we left that meeting that third day, I went home and thought about everything, and I said, oh, no.
What cameras are in here?
no from last year, what was proposed for
Oh.
cameras all around town.
Oh,
No, but I just want like cameras at the community center, cameras there, cameras at the dog park.
cameras at the community center were there, were in the proposal. That was in
There?
Yep, that was in, it
I
was
thought it was just for new DVR at the community
$10,000.
center,
DVR,
just a DVR.
Okay.
6,000 for the DVR, but I don't know, once they get the DVR and
What could potentially be needed.
what that looks like. Yeah. They are older cameras, 2010.
Well, we need to start someplace, so start with general.
General.
So the wage increases would be the 6% for all employees that did not receive that percentage increase a couple months ago. And then the proposed increase to fire at 25,000, which would be for his pay per call and relief drivers that haven't had a change in quite some time. And then below that would be your expenses for fire. They ask of 210,881. And then the 140 for the 2 new police SUVs, and then 25,000 for carpet for general government.
So I assume our numbers on that were like last week? Because we were at 120 last week.
No, 140, 150
I thought it was 140.
for the police.
I thought it was
140.
It was 140,
Yeah.
60 apiece, or 70 apiece.
70.
So if you went ahead and approved all of that right now, we would have to dip into reserves at 194,773.76.
I think we need to give everyone their first asks and of importance to me. I mean, fire chief, it's those, I believe it's those 4 on top for him. To get to his, and then I can give an exact, it's that 42,000. And then new unit, at least 1 new unit for our police, and then the general government And to me, it's one of those, at least starting there, but that's just.
But the other
my
thing that
opinion.
we have to do, like, we have to do the roof. That is a non-negotiable, and my thoughts are, we have to do that. So I would say those, that stuff, and then for sure, the roof.
One,
So that would be
07,
What's that?
82,
4,
82 for
42,
fire.
42,000.
He was really wanting to do the update on the women's bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
2,000.
As well as the decon.
Yeah, the
Decon.
barrel sauna.
I would suggest we start with the weight raises and start at the 181,000.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that, I'm sorry, that's where I was, yes.
And then
So
see
the
what we can
raises
fit in
across the
there.
board is like, it's kind of, so I was mathing everything at home. I didn't know Lexi was going to do that for us. And so I went through and mathed everything at home. But yeah, I was starting at that, just everyone with the 6% increase, and the proposed increase to the fire as well, starting at that 181, doing the 42,000 for those 4 asks for fire, 1 police vehicle at 70,000, and then a 25,000 for the capital at the general government, which leaves us $44,107.24. If we did those 3, that still gives us
Did
enough.
that include the roof?
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's just for those top asks for everybody.
I don't think we need the carpet, the 25.
No, the carpet is not, no,
That's what I was just asked, that's
no,
what-
so that was already cut. That
No,
was already taken off.
That's what this is.
It was moved
25
to,
grand on
That's
cap
the
for
25.
general is the carpet, so I don't think we should do that.
it was in repairs and maintenance and moved.
Right, and so originally we had it down at 50.
Right,
hold
we
on,
changed
let me
that,
find
and
it.
so I just put it in there so you guys could see the numbers. I had a feeling it would probably get cut because we had discussed,
Okay,
so that's why I
where-
pulled it out of general and put it into the capital.
Okay. So, okay, I guess I thought that was the big ask for you guys. So then that 25 then for the cameras and the upkeep,
Mm-mm.
Cameras, the DVR was already in there.
no, here. Cameras here. They
It
have
was
it,
just one, and it was
It was just a repair.
$1,800.
1,500
15.
for the one in the lobby.
Mhm.
Which I
Fire-
think that we kept in there.
Fire department asked for 10,000
Yeah.
for a security camera,
Mhm.
security camera system.
But the one repair here was still there.
Mhm.
And then it was the money for the DVR.
Yep.
at the-
6,000 for the
Yeah.
DVR at the community center.
yeah, because it was, I guess it was for the building maintenance for,
Mhm. And we,
was 20,000 and then security cameras was 5,000 for this one. For the general government.
And carpet was in there.
And was carpet, yep, those 3 were all in there, and then we took out carpet.
Mhm.
And then that's where we had the 26,000, or 25,000 left in the budget.
Mhm.
we
That's
took
right,
out, we took out 25,000.
Mhm.
well,
And that's where I'd put it here because technically that would be more of a capital because it's a one-time. So I put it here knowing it would likely be taken.
Because when I got the
Okay, so-
prices on the carpet, it was 24,500.
Yeah.
And then I figured if it was approved, we wouldn't do it till like next winter.
Okay,
And
so
so I left some
what I
leeway.
just wanted to make sure was that it is in the budget for building maintenance and for security camera. And that's in here.
It was pulled out.
The 25 for the carpet, just for the carpet.
It's,
Was pulled out and put in capital.
Right, but the other
Right,
stuff she's
but-
asking about was
Yes.
kept in there.
everything, that
Yes,
was kept
everything
in.
else stayed.
Okay, that's
Yes.
where I was just trying to make sure. I
Yeah.
was like,
Wasn't
We only-
understanding
only
your
changed the
question.
carpet.
Yes,
only, yeah.
just the carpet was
Okay.
pulled out
Yeah,
of that and
Perfect, and
put
that
here.
was here. Okay, so that's where, okay, perfect. So then I can minus that one. So then we are at $69,107.24 with the top ask for the fire and 1 police vehicle. It's just. But yeah, that's where I just wanted to,
But I have a question, you guys. I understand what we're all trying to do. But if we were only to do 1 police vehicle, isn't that ultimately gonna put us behind on what we're how we're, you
Which-
know,
How we've been trying to do it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which brings up, without trying to throw a wrench in the works, what we briefly talked about, looking at a lease on police cars.
And then that puts us even farther behind,
I don't think we should do leases then.
because then we'll be out for so many years paying for it, and then we won't be
Yeah,
able
but it
to.
only affects us year by year.
But we can't buy any more. It limits our money because we're committed to those funds for at least 3 years. So we can do that, but that's built into the budget. We're committing the future years to those funds.
I understand that. But it's gonna change this number down here initially, opening up to put it elsewhere.
Mhm.
But then we're gonna have to commit to that amount, whatever that amount comes up to be, for 2 more years if we do it on a 3-year term.
And if we continue to if there was a potential that we're having issues with vehicles, we're stuck keeping those vehicles because we're in a lease. And if we were to break that lease, that's a bunch, we could potentially get penalized for that. Like if we needed to phase something out because it's $1,000 or less at a time, we can't just shoot it
Well,
out.
Well, we should,
A
that should be
warranty,
the
a
case.
warranty
Yeah, we
should
should
cover
have a
that
warranty
3
for-
years. So we shouldn't get into that
Mm.
situation. If we get into that, then they replace it. And if it won't stay running and keep having problems, then
I'm gonna assume that leasing is going to be more expensive than to buy it.
It's a little
It's a
bit
two-edged
more.
sword.
Yeah, the interest rate is usually pretty good, so we don't pay an astronomical
But
amount.
are we buying?
but it
or-
would
or-
break up the capital outlay now.
But
we-
we're just,
if we
we're
had-
just
if-
pushing,
if-
but that means we're just pushing it down the road. And it's like, I don't wanna push it down the
Well,
road.
we're not-
And every time we need to trade in a vehicle, we're gonna be upside down, which is not a good thing either for the town. We could potentially be upside down. Could, maybe.
2 vehicles for 3 years. You've been involved in the leasing, right?
Mhm.
What do you think about it?
You know, it's a way to spread that cost out. Like I said, when we got into it before, I wasn't a major fan because it did tie our hands. So when we come to the next year, then we're looking to replace, because basically the way we had it, and I don't know if it's still this way, but we were looking at, 2 vehicles a year to roughly roll through and get through the fleet. So what that did is it hamstrung us the next year. And what we ended up doing was prepaying early. So we ended up having some extra funds that were coming in. So what we did is went ahead and paid off that lease for that vehicle, and then we're able to then apply funds towards the purchase of the next vehicle.
Which we could do if we got ahead on some funds that we don't have available right at the moment.
But it took us several years to get ahead enough to
Mhm.
pay it off early, so then we could roll into getting vehicles outright, so we weren't committing the next years to. Because once you go down that road, then you have to do the catch up of, let's hope there's extra money, we can pay it off early, so then we can budget for.
Something else needed.
Or once again, you get into that 3-year lease on 2 vehicles, okay? You've got a set amount, and you know you're gonna have to renew that for 2 more years. Okay, somewhere in between there, like next year's budget, maybe we can get away with just 1 new police vehicle.
But then that
And
won't,
hopefully get ahead that way by the time we get to the end of the 3-year lease.
but I
and
think
then get
potentially
back
that would
onto
keep
it.
us behind. We would always be behind on the,
Potentially,
yeah.
Depending on what future years bring, revenue wise.
The other option we have is we have another $70,000 in there, but that means we won't be able to do anything additional in the capital to fit in, stay within the budget. roof is set at a
42,000 or 40,000?
40,000.
Yeah, the roof replacement after those 4.
Mhm.
And we've made roof repairs this last year, is that correct?
Mhm.
They're chasing
They're
leaks.
chasing leaks, so they get one fixed and then it,
Spring somewhere else.
You said it was 43 alone.
What was that? 42. So we'd be at 69, and then if we say we did the roof,
So
it
that
would be 29,000 left. If we did the top asks, the roof, and one patrol vehicle.
You could also split the difference and buy one outright and look at a lease on one.
I was just gonna say.
I mean, that would let you fit the roof in, plus have the money left over to cover the lease. And then it only puts you one in the hole for the
It'd be
lease.
interesting to know how many years that our vehicles are actually getting, like from the very time that they're
Well, we
brought
could-
in.
We can ask.
Is Mike in here?
Chief Thompson, could you by chance tell us how long, what's your question? Do we have a
From the
vehicle?
very first time we bring, where is
Your vehicle license.
that we bring a vehicle in and say we are at the very end of, okay, now it's time to rotate it out. How many years is that, would you say?
Give or take who it's assigned to, like 8 to 10 years. So
Okay.
like my vehicle is 2019 or 2020. It's got 45,000 miles on it, with 26. So I don't put as much miles on, say, as like a patrol officer and like an investigator. They don't put the same miles on. So like those particular units could go 9 to 10 years to take the maintenance and repairs on because of the lower miles. If that answers your question.
Yes, it does, thank you, Mike. But I was getting of just, if we're doing that lease, that means every 3 years, we are putting new, it's not just the car, it's all those extras. You got the
Oh, we have
You
the
got
cage, the
cage, you have
lights.
everything that you are doing, that you have to do every 3 years for every single one of these vehicles, instead of,
No, the lease is a lease to own, so it never goes back. We just basically, instead of paying 70 grand of the money up front, we
Yours.
put that out over a 3-year
you
term.
spread it over the
But it's
3
not a
years.
lease like you're
it's
thinking
not
of.
leased and then they
No.
take it back?
No, it is a lease to own, so
Okay.
we keep it at the end, so we don't have to refit the vehicle. It doesn't go
We
back.
do, no, we would have to refit the vehicle if we don't continue with that same model and stuff like that because the stuff changes.
Once we trade out the vehicle, then we will,
Correct.
correct. So we will not
Yeah.
have to spend any money prematurely of trading out the vehicle.
But some stuff, some equipment will transfer
Right.
over
Yeah, but what, like we
depending
had,
on change.
like we had
Right.
talked in the budget stuff though, I mean, we had just approved all new equipment for these 2 new vehicles because once you start moving that stuff
Right.
over, you're gonna have issues. So,
Correct.
I mean, there's potential for issues and changing of technology, so.
That was my thing, that I was curious that we were, if it goes back after the lease, or how that exactly that worked.
Nope, it's ours once
actually
we
a
pay it off, and if
pretty
we pay it
decent
off
deal.
early, then they send us the title and
Yeah.
Mike, what are your opinions on the leases?
Good and bad. So when you do the leases, like the radios, the radars, the camera system, those bolts will have those. Disinstall and reinstall all the other equipment can be a part of the lease. It used to be when they did a vehicle body and a frame, they just left it that way for 20 years. We don't do that anymore. So we're stuck with that. So as far as lease, yes, it's good. We've done those in the past to catch our fleet up. The interest rates are higher, but it does hamstring us to future budgets, right? Now, should we have the extra money to pay them off, that helps, but what we can't predict, and I think that's the downfall of the lease, because we can't predict what those future revenues will be for the community. Like right now, it looks promising, but all that can change with the whim of a president or a governor or economic crash, right? So then we're just stuck to what we're stuck with. And So like right now, we budgeted to buy outright 2 units at the 140,000-ish mark. Now, if we're gonna do a lease program, you could probably do 3 units for like 80,000, I think. I'd have to go back and look, and that's a number that actually can
80 a year or 80,
be 80,000 a year, I think. It's between 19 and 20-some thousand.
depending on the
Per unit.
vehicle price and the upfitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the highest payments were like 20-some thousand, like the low 20s per unit.
So if you would consider, if you're gonna consider that, instead of doing 1 or 2 units, I would ask that we go with potentially 3, which is still considerably less than the 140, give or take, because again, we can't predict that future. And we don't have to pay off all 3, it could be 1 or 2 or whatever if we're having extra money. Because we've got at least 3 units, 2 of those, if we're gonna go into a lease program, they're gonna eat us up in maintenance, upkeep costs in years to come. So if we're gonna look at that, I would prefer we get rid of those 3 moving forward, add it all in one, which is still less in that sense.
Thank you, Mike.
I'm not opposed to leases, I think we just have to look at it objectively in the future and how we want that to work.
The other thing we could do is buy one outright. That leaves 29K that we could also sit there and then see how things go and decide whether we want to do a lease for a couple more, or whether we have some money and want to buy another one here as a month. So it'd leave that $30,000 accessible for that purchase, which is halfway there. Almost halfway, looks right.
Yeah, almost.
If we did 2 would be 40 some thousand, whatever the interest rate.
Well, no, I mean, if we buy one outright, so 70, just buy one total. And then, yeah, we'll have that money left over depending on where we go. We could look at leasing or.
But he's saying if revenue comes in higher than anticipated, then we could purchase another one outright, like midway through the year or something.
Because it will have, you basically would leave this money allocated for that.
Okay, Okay.
And then we look at needing additional funds on top of it, of course. But another option, I mean, just throwing
I
out
like that
all the
option.
options we've gotten, so.
Well, I know, well, yeah, definitely need the roof, need a patrol, and then the fires need all their stuff. The bunker boots and replacements and helmets and.
the only other thing, guys, and I know it's down the list a little bit, but the only other thing that I thought the generator would have rated up a little bit higher.
I think they're gonna try and go
I
after
would say they
grants.
just
Okay.
opened up some more grant funding.
Okay,
But what if, because I know the barrel sauna, if they did the whole thing, it would be 23,000, but if we just did the sauna, that would be 8,000,
That's a number 3.
because that helps them when they come out the fire to get everything out, and it's helping mitigate cancer. It's proven that when they sweat all those things out, when they come back from the fire right away, then, as Mark explained it. Because he said you can shower and shower and shower, and you're still seeping it out of your pores like 3 days later.
Well, can they live
I would
with
have
just
to
keep
wait on that
patching?
one for a minute.
I
No.
mean, can they keep patching the holes up there and wait another year
No.
and do
I
that?
think it'll,
No.
It's the original roof.
I think it's gonna
I,
start
yeah, the roof is, that
costing
is
us
a,
dearly.
yeah, I think the barrel sauna is just gonna have to wait. I mean, if it's that great, Casper, I'm surprised they haven't had one yet.
Does Casper not have one?
I don't know if they do or not.
That I don't know if they do. or
Well,
not.
if we did do the barrel sauna, it would be down to $21,107. If we did, just running numbers. at least go with, can we agree on the 6% increase across the boards?
Yeah.
This is what would be proposed in the budgets.
Well, that's what I'm just asking of, like, are we in agreement with that?
We can't make official
No,
decisions.
but I'm just trying to
That's
get
why
a.
she's saying wording.
It doesn't matter, we
Right.
can't decide this
we
anyway.
can't-
It's gotta go to
No,
ordinance,
but I
three
wanted to
readings,
at least
so it
Huh?
can't be a decision that's made.
just asking questions. 'Cause-
Yeah, everybody's thumbs up
Yes,
for including it in the budget.
Good with 6%.
okay, so we're all good there, at least starting point there. The start of 42,000 with the fire, or that's those top, the bunkers, the radio, bunker boots, helmets, those,
Mhm.
yes?
Um,
Okay. And then one patrol car for
I'm good with it.
police. Ernie?
So
Ernie?
when we say that, are we saying purchase one patrol unit?
Yeah,
Yes,
purchase,
purchase it outright.
purchase it outright
Yeah.
is what I'm,
Okay.
And that includes the upfitting and everything.
And you said that was 40 something?
70.
70,
70.
70.
Half of that.
Okay.
So where it says 140, it would be for two new police SUVs, it would just be the 70 for one at the,
70, and then the roof for 40,000,
Yeah, they do.
yes?
Yes.
Okay, and
And if
so,
it costs us more money,
yeah, no, I agree, but that's where it was just like, okay, just wanted to try to figure out where we are with that. We
So
are at
are we,
20,
wait, cause remember he put the roof and the transfer tank / toolbox bundled, we unbundled that is what you're saying, correct?
I unbundled it,
Okay.
just because I'm just like,
Okay.
look, we're,
Okay,
like, I
I'm
mean,
just
I
trying
know
to be
that
where
he
you guys are
wants
at.
that, but at the same time, I'm like, look, we're,
okay.
Yeah. get a roof. That's a, yeah, and
Scratch
so
on
with,
the generator.
right, so, but with just those,
Mhm.
we're at $29,107.
I think
No.
we got double, we got more, another 25 grand because we didn't put the increase to fire in the volunteer side. Or unless you were including that in the 6%. You were intended that to be included?
Hold on, so the proposed increase at 6%,
So you gotta do the 89
so,
plus the
hold on,
25.
hold on. My starting number was the 181,
Okay, that includes the 25.
right,
Okay,
That's
that was
included.
my starting.
Okay.
I
I'm
got
sorry,
you. I'm following
I
you.
didn't clarify the 6% and the increase
Gotcha,
of fire.
I'm following you.
so the 42 and the 40 and the 70, I show it's a leftover 42,773.
180.
181, 107, 24.
24. 42. Yep, 24 minus 42,000
Mhm.
minus 70,000 for the police, and then minus 40 again for the roof. That's $29,107.
Oh, I was looking at that one, sorry. Yep, you are correct. I was looking at my bottom number, Alana.
Yep. Okay, so we're at the 29,107.24
Leftover.
left over with just those asks.
Okay.
So now we're at the, okay, do we want to try to lease another vehicle? Do we want to try to hold off and see what comes in and potentially get another police vehicle? Where are we at?
I
or we have
prefer,
at least two.
I think
I
think we
prefer
sit on it.
to buy outright.
Sit on that 29 and
Truthfully.
Sit on the
where-
29?
Where we go, allocate that towards.
Right, we're almost halfway to
So
And
being
leave,
able
and
to
leave
purchase another one,
the
we-
balance
So-
for an option.
to buy another one.
So if we do that with that,
Okay.
the remainder of that balance, that number will be allocated to that, correct? Yes or no?
Potentially.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
It's remaining in the budget.
yeah,
It-
so we're looking at it, that's what the overage would be, so we're looking at that, and then as things come in, if we're coming in higher than higher, higher than anticipated, then we have this starting point right here that could be the jumping point for adding to.
Or if we don't, we can revisit the leasing option and cut that cost.
Right.
Not have to purchase.
At like the 6-month mark or something, see where we're at.
But if we
And then
get,
if you want to look at a lease, we would have enough left over in the budget for a lease payment at the end of the year with that 29,000. That makes sense.
I hear what you're saying, but it wasn't, I didn't necessarily feel like it was a yes or no answer, but it's okay. So that 29,000 will go potentially towards the use for a new vehicle, whether it be lease or buyout.
Mhm.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Okay, you answered. What'd you say?
I didn't say nothing.
Oh,
That was him. Packing up a lunk.
Another way to look at this too, if we're cutting down the police SUVs by 50% by purchasing one, from 140 down to 70, we take 50% from the wish list of the fire department and consider the $25,000 savings in carpeting, we'll have a positive $5,226.
What?
If we cut 50% from the PD, 50% from the FD, fire department.
are you,
From like the total, the 210?
oh, okay.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I was
And the
just like,
carpeting. So we're not specific,
Mhm.
but just the rough numbers will be just at 5,226 positive.
So you're saying
From a different perspective.
allocate
You're looking
more
at a
towards the
percentage
fire
instead of
department?
a specific item cut.
Right.
You're just looking at
We
it.
could even give, fire chief the, just overall what he really needs. Yes, the roof, yes, the top floor, yes, that bathroom, but he'll have 50% of what he asked for. Just as the PD got 50% of what they asked for. We have one purchase or two leases, or 3 leases. Whatever we decide, I'm just saying a percentage, a different perspective to look at it.
Mhm.
To make a good budget.
That is fair.
Make it sound good now to
Yeah.
put the numbers to it to make it happen.
Well, the numbers
Well,
work, it just would mean that we would not have that money left over for.
You
potential
could
another
also
police
look
vehicle.
at the 25,000 increase up there for the wages for part-time and stuff going towards, you could look at it both ways. Technically, he didn't include that in here, so.
But I guess I see what you're saying, include it as part of that. Well, I guess,
So Chief, question for you?
Yes, sir.
How bad do you need 2 new vehicles versus 1?
How much you want to spend money on repairs?
We're back to the nickel diamond. With the 2 that you're looking to replace with these 2 here, is there one that's much worse than the other, whatever, what's the feeling? on that?
You can't keep it charged, for whatever reason, the battery won't stay charged even with power disconnect, so that's priority 1 to get rid of. And the other one's at 60 some thousand miles, it smokes a little bit up there. So, I don't know how long we'll keep it running, but if we keep it, then I don't know what that's gonna do to our maintenance budget.
So if we replaced the one with the charging problem and then try and baby the other one along for, and try and replace that,
So if you probably start with one, give it 6 months, see 71. And then they, yes, because we should get a higher trade-in for it. No guarantee 20, but if we get 20,000 trade. Even if we do all new equipment upfit, we'd probably be around the 62,000 mark-ish, minimally. Graphics alone, like $100 to equipment stickers. And we'll carry over the radio, the radar, and the camera system. The case, like, now if we go to Dodge, which I don't really want to do, it would save some money, but we're not getting rid of these problem vehicles. And we can do that and save money, just don't really want to.
Yeah.
After all the problems we've had with.
I understand that, so. We'll look at one new one and leave the option open.
If we get a killer trade on it and upfit maybe comes in a little less, that would be more money that, because you have 70 approved, so if it came in at 60, that'd be another 10 to add to that 29.
So when I talk to them, if we roll some of the equipment, because not all of it will roll over from the current Dodge to a current product. And with that, with the pieces that don't roll over and labor, it was roughly about 24,000 some change the outfit. New equipment across the board is running about 28 to 29,000. So for a little bit more, you just get new all the way across the board.
How long do you think it'll be, best case scenario, before you be fully staffed?
Well, good question. So we're gonna see, so I just put two in backgrounds. One will probably get done within a month. I've got one that I've asked to be patient with us because even if I onboard them, I don't have no trainers, which they used to be, I think, two, because we're within one if I picked up the certified officer. And I had an applicant fail a site eval, so theoretically, I'd only be down 2 positions as long as he's doing the background. I honestly halted the advertising just because I can't train all the positions right now. So I could, within probably a month and a half, I'll reopen, because Officer Welch will be on her own. Madding will go from me to Norm. Probably I'll take on the new one. At that point, then I'll start opening up advertising, trying to fill less positions.
So what I'm hearing is you'll have 2 people probably by July 1. You'll be down 2 people starting the beginning of this next fiscal year. It's gonna take you a minimum of a couple of months into that fiscal year in order to do that. That goes a long ways towards this other vehicle. So if we leave the 29 grand there and you're ended up not filling a position for 2 or 3 months, we've got the other purchase right there in the budget already.
I don't know where, because I haven't had a chance to run my numbers lately, so I don't know where I'm gonna be at in the current budget. There's probably gonna be some extra in the current budget. That's what Lexi's question right now, because I don't have time to look.
But even, I'm highly doubt you're gonna be able to be fully staffed start July 1, even if your best case scenario, my guess.
Correct.
So there would be some potential money left there because we are budgeting for a fully staffed department.
Right.
So we're gonna have that couple of months of staffing shortages, which would lead towards this purchase, which would get us, I would guess, probably 90% of the way.
But-
So you think of going with 2 of them versus 2 of them?
Whereas going with current budget, if there's enough in the current budget, you could split that. If there's enough to at least do the purchase, then the upfit could be in the
Oh,
other.
got you.
So
Yeah.
splitting that cost up a little bit.
So you're saying purchase 1 and then possible with the savings, if it sends out that long, that would recoup enough money to purchase another one.
Yeah, I would say even without a sales tax increase, that you would have the money there to make that second purchase within a couple of months. I mean, but that brings up a good point of where you're currently at as well.
One of you have a little workbook
Yeah.
that I gave you.
Yes.
I mean, just kind of get general ideas what I was trying to grasp.
That's,
Yeah, I think
that's a
that
good point to
it could get
throw
us
out
there
there.
really quick and easy,
Yeah, let's
and that
see
doesn't require, an uptick in sales tax or anything like that. That would just be under normal operations. Any additional
Mike, feel
money
free to
coming in
sit
would
at the
be better.
table.
Yeah.
See, cause that's where I'm kind of losing here. I don't want to go into the red
Me either.
on any of it,
So,
but I don't see how we can do half of what they're asking for and not. So that's where I'm having my problems.
if we take the overall town cost, so when you look at the little blue line, that's why I break it down.
Can you tell me what page you're on?
But I like to see the entire numbers, so the total cost, right? The total cost, funds comp, FICA, retirement, all that stuff. So if you look at an open position, at the top, you've got those 3 yellow positions, right? So if the, as proposed, so the total cost of 101, divide it out by 12 months. Mind you, I know it goes by a pay period, but just by a month, that's 8,400, and I'm talking cowboy math, but you go along with what you're talking about. So if we don't fill 2 positions in 1 month, that's $16,948 roughly, and it's not just by the pay period. But by that, 3 months is $50,845, and,
Not with
Did you say
the,
that's 50,000?
Yeah,
And
and
29 is 70,
right,
something.
80. So that's right there, that covers it within 3 months. We
so
can
there-
cover it without
there's
even
that. And
having.
again, I don't know what's gonna be left in the current budget,
Right,
but that can also be that option if we
Mhm.
split up potentially the cost and the subsidy budget or the current one, if there's enough money left over to that. I don't know, but again, I don't know where I'm at right now, because I haven't had time to.
but that's another good offset. If you could buy like gear for the new vehicle, something like that, that's a,
Yeah, that we know
Big
what
savings right
vehicle you're gonna get, you buy that. Yeah. I could see that being a big,
So we could commit to one now. And then depending on what you end up with from the current budget, what we have left over,
yeah, within 3
plus what
months.
he could get.
Mhm.
3 months, we could order another one.
Mhm.
I kind of like that option.
How long does it take after you purchase a vehicle, find the one that you want, before your officer is able to be in it?
So I don't like to order them from the factory because it's 90 days, 6 months, I don't know.
Well, from wherever you get it.
If I find them on a lot, that are available, new, on a lot, we put out the bids for what's on a lot because it's readily developable or deliverable, right, within 30 days. From there, the upfit, if we're ordering new cage and stuff, we're talking about a 12-week lead time, give or take, to get those because they don't put them on inventory, they have to order them. So theoretically, off the lot, so we have the bid time approval, which is roughly 3 weeks to a month. Then upon delivery, give or take the upfit shop, it goes to there, and then we have that 12 to 14 week lead time. And the upfitter, like the one we've been using, generally can have them together about 2 weeks as long as there's not delays with parts or wrong. So like the last time they somehow the cage manufacturer sent the wrong parts from the order. This, we were using Dodge, went to Ford, and somewhere there's an excess, so it prolonged it. But generally, 3 months at best.
Sound like a plan.
Okay, do you wanna shoot over to Enterprise? So the new truck for the 60,000 would be the one Dan asked for.
so
Uh,
139.
And then,
Four.
replacing 2 manholes that are failing horribly. And then the 15,000 would be for the culvert on Blackmore, I believe. That really needs to be addressed
So
at a bare
Two-
minimum.
Oh, wait a minute, so this is not factored into this, you did that differently on this budget?
Yes, I did. Sorry, I did this one first.
Okay,
And then you got
so-
the 6%, and then Dan asked for another position for PW, which would come to the 69,185.
Okay, back up to the manholes.
Yes,
I know we got one that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Third
There's-
and Cobber.
they just went and checked another one, I think last week, and it's in worse shape than the one that they asked.
This is the first I've heard of that one.
Yeah, Dan came in last Friday, I think, and said, you're gonna have to double that. He said, this one needs to be replaced because it's worse off than the other one,
Does that 15 grand cover both?
the 50.
Oh,
50.
the
Yeah.
two manholes.
Yeah,
Okay,
because there was
and
backups in the
where's the second
neighborhood.
one located at?
That I don't know. But Jan took some calls of complaints because the sewer's always backing up. And so they went and took a peek at the manhole. And he said it's in really bad shape. So it's causing some problems for residents. So that's why he came in Friday
And
and
that's
said,
just come up.
Friday.
Well, back on the one that we knew about.
Yes.
They were gonna check in about possibly tying that into the 201? Okay. Is this one the same type scenario situation?
That I don't know.
Be nice to have those.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lexi, is that 60,000, does that also include the upfitting on that?
We don't have to upfit.
It just has.
It's just a
radio.
PW, yeah.
Maybe
radio.
like-
Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm talking about the
No.
wrong department.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry,
Public Works.
wrong department, I'm thinking of, sorry,
Yeah, no upfitting.
okay.
So if we did the 6% wage without adding that position, we are at $101,301.50.
Stop,
Sold.
Done.
stop.
That's without anything else. That is just doing the 6% increase for everybody. I feel like we should have Dan's input. Does he want another man or does he want? I mean, because if we did the 2 manhole covers,
We have to do the 2 manhole covers.
Yeah.
There's no, that's a,
So
Now that
we're
I
at-
know about it,
I mean, we're at
like I say, this is
51,000.
new news to me.
If we did that, we're at 51,301. So we would not have enough to do the proposed addition, the new position
Or truck.
or a truck. But we would have enough to replace the culvert on Blackmore.
Well, I don't think there's any questions on the 2 manholes or the culvert on Blackmore.
Okay, so,
That agreed?
There's a-
Anybody arguing that?
but yours, what about the 6%? I mean, I feel like if we're doing 6%
we have to
everywhere
do
else,
this,
we have to do it.
We have to.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
where I'm at.
I
Okay, so
agree.
that's why I started my numbers at the $101,301. That's where I started my numbers at. So then,
What about a used truck?
Yeah, that's,
Nice used truck.
yep,
that's where you may end up. I mean, do the manholes in the culvert, that only leaves us 36K left, which could get a
Decent.
good, decent used truck.
minus.
Yeah, that price.
I'd have
Because,
to settle
um,
for that now.
Yeah, I think that's
because-
what we've got. That's
Because
our,
I don't think there's any questions on those 3 that we just
right,
talked about.
right.
So,
Because on a PW vehicle, that's something we would not, absolutely not lease, correct? Is that what I hear you say, Lexi?
We never have before.
We
We've
never
always just
have, but-
purchased
That
them.
would
That's
be a
fine.
losing proposition,
you're
I
fine.
think.
I just,
No, you're fine.
The only thing we've leased to purchase for them was the garbage truck last time, the newest one. We did do, I think, a 2-year.
Yeah, I think so. It was a long
2-year.
time ago.
I know, it was right when I took over.
I
Yeah.
don't know that it had anything that would exclude it.
I mean, I'm not opposed to getting a used one. I'm just, you know what I mean? I can understand
Do
that.
you know how much he has left in his budget right now?
No, because he has some spending he's doing.
That's,
He's-
well, that's where it was just, I mean, if we're doing that.
I don't know how much he has right now, because he's had to catch some stuff up, so.
Okay.
um, And I think all his wastewater budget and stuff is gonna come in, or his distribution. Those are all gonna come in higher.
So, a weird question. If we did instead of doing 60 for a truck, if we did 30 for a truck, the 2 manholes and the culvert, where are we at?
$6,000.
Left?
Yeah, so right now with the 6% increase,
Oh, wait,
the,
did that include the increases? Okay.
yeah, so the 6% increase, and then the 2 manhole replace, and then the culvert is $36,301 with just that. And then 30,000 for a vehicle, or I guess it's one of those, we'd have to see what he could find. But
What do you guys think about that?
I think that's fair.
I mean, the bottom line, I'm just not trying to be in the red,
Absolutely.
but still trying to attempt to make everything whole, that's what I'm saying. Attempting.
yeah, I mean, how bad do,
I'm comfortable with it.
I mean, they're doing a new backhoe for, or Bobcat for
Skidster.
50,000?
Skidster, yeah.
Yeah, because we
50.
split it up, we split it up, so that's already 50 that we're doing.
It's just as far as we can go.
Yeah,
And I think that's more important than a new truck.
Yeah,
well, that's what I was saying, if we did 30, if we just did 30 on a truck, potentially.
guess, what vehicle or whose, his vehicle?
Mhm.
Is it that bad? Well, that's where I was curious, is it?
Yeah,
He
he's got
said
the
it
old gray
was.
one
Yeah.
that
The silver
basically
ones
is
and-
really beat up and
Yeah.
that ended up going down to parks.
I say, yeah, so that one would get,
'Cause it
It'll
was,
stay.
if I recall something, it was kind of beat up and won't take a lot of miles, but put it in parks with
Because
the
we
usage
probably,
level.
we would not get anything, excuse me, I'm not trying to say that wrong, we would not get anything on a trade, so we just keep it in the fleet. Just pass it
Well,
down.
He had the
We
little van
can't
that was
unless we
gonna-
advertise it,
gonna trade.
because it's
Oh,
gonna
that's
be
right, that
valued at
little
over
bitty thing we talked
$500, so we have to advertise to get rid of
You take it to Quality Auto, they can give you 50 cents for it. Joking.
it.
So then we're good with the 6% manhole covers and replace the culvert. And
It's
leave,
30K for the truck
what's that?
and 30K. for
And
the
you
truck.
wanna do 30K
Yeah.
for the truck?
Yeah.
So that
Or we cut
leaves us with
But that-
6,000?
Yeah.
Or we cut the truck altogether.
Or cut the truck. But that's
See, this
why,
is where I'm just like, I don't like being that close to red. Cause you know as well as I do, how many, another big manhole cover blows out, or we have another this, or hell, even with this building
Well,
of
can
what
do
we got going on.
The
It's
same
just
that
like,
we're doing with police is leave the 36K sitting there and
That's-
evaluate things in a few months.
that's kind of where I'm at with it. I would rather not allocate for a new truck and keep that and then kind of
See where we're at.
see where we're at, see what the actual numbers are at the end, what the budget was, and then
It's one way to go.
to do, I don't like being so close.
Because, once again,
That's
if we
me.
can get some kickback on these manhole covers because of that 201 situation, that backup of gas, and if the same deterioration has happened with the second manhole, it's happened with this one over here, it damn well could be the same reason.
What do you mean kickback?
If it costs less to go there instead of the repair that they were planning.
Okay.
To move it to the other line. I think that's what
The-
they're asking,
the
right? It'd be-
manhole
Potentially could be
over-
cheaper.
The first manhole that was talked about is tied into the 201.
Mhm.
There's high H2S.
Yes.
And so they were going to investigate to see if that could be a cost share.
With Casper,
And
understand.
so the question, because I just learned about this, no, today. So the question is this other manhole, Ernie's question is this other manhole tied into the 201? Could this be another?
Offset of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
That would
if
be good
that
to know.
H2S backing up and creating problems for our manhole, same thing could be happening to this one if it's the same type of deterioration. And if we can get some sharing with that, then there's more money
Mhm.
to go towards the truck for him.
So we're
I-
just,
So we
assume-
almost
We're gonna
need
put
to
the
leave
truck
that
away.
open for the moment.
okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
And because
Mhm.
we got to make a decision on this. But yet,
I'm not keeping that 36,000 and just kind of hold on to it. I don't like being,
So you're saying keep the whole 60?
no, not 60, no, 36.
We already spent- there was not 60, we spent the rest. There was only
Just
36
take the
left.
truck out completely for
yeah,
navigation.
just-
That, right, that's what I'm saying, wait.
Yeah, wait completely
Yes.
on that.
36.
She was
'Cause I
thinking
don't-
of the bottom line dollar and you were looking at the truck
Yeah,
figure
yeah,
amount,
so that's where, I mean, that's me. I'd rather have, I don't like being, like, even if we did that 30,000, I don't like being 6,000 close to, I don't wanna be that close.
So did
I
you
wanna
also wait on the,
Yeah, no position.
No position,
correct,
so even
and
if.
we're waiting on the truck, right?
No, yeah, no truck. So the,
Okay.
literally the only two things that are in there, or three things, I'm sorry, the three things that are in there are the 6% wage increase,
Yes.
the two-man holes,
Right.
and the
Culvert.
culvert.
Yeah,
That's it.
right,
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all. And so that leaves us with the $36,301.50. And so I personally would rather have a little bit more because we all know how
things have
the
happened.
things happen and they break and just how it is. I'd rather have a little bit more in the bank than just be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna throw 30,000 at a truck that I'm just like, let's see where we're at.
Mhm.
And what we get kicked back off of those manholes, if it's even
If any.
more, if it's more,
If
or
any.
some,
If
Yeah.
anything,
if anything, and he would go, you know what, I would rather have a position more than I would a new truck, then to me, that would be a good his call, not our call. If he's got it in his, like, it's in his budget, the budget is there. If there's enough money left over or something else where it's one of those that if he would rather have a person than a truck, it's only 9,000 difference with what's ever left over in last year's budget coming over. But that's where I'm at with it.
I'm good with pulling the truck.
works for me.
Yeah, just to kind of like see where it levels out.
Yeah, same thing we were talking about doing with the police car.
Yep. Any others that we need to make choices on?
And they traditionally have some filling positions too, so they have the wages there too.
Right, they just had one open up. so.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's kind of.
Pray for a windfall.
Definitely could be right in the same boat.
Right?
Make sure I
oh,
wrote
excuse me,
down
what'd
my
you say?
numbers.
Pray for a windfall.
Yeah,
So we got that number,
So the
9.
budgets will be prepared and presented for first reading at the May 26th council meeting.
We got that one, we got that one.
You know, we don't have to move dates.
Yeah, just chairs.
we're adjourning at 6:34.
I didn't know if we would run any